Just allow me a moment. Okay, so hi everyone. Okay, so Mohsin, we are starting.
Yeah, okay.
So, hi everyone. I hope you all are doing well. A warm welcome to the Expert Edge Masterclass brought to you by Shine.com. We are really excited to have you join us today for this session where we'll explore full stack development bootcamp basics and gain valuable insight that can help you enhance your skills. Before we dive into the session, let me introduce myself. I am Preeti and I'll be your host today. I assure you this session will be packed with valuable insights and practical knowledge that you can apply in your work. Now, let me introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Mohsin Ahmad. With over a decade of expertise in full stack development and data analysis, Mohsin has built a strong presence in the tech sector. He has delivered specialized freelance training across colleges and corporate environment while focusing on hands-on training and real-world project experience that equip learner to excel in freelance work. His journey as a seasoned programmer and trainer has inspired him to focus on practical project-based training that align with today's tech demand. His top skills include React.js, Python, JavaScript, and Node.js, making him an expert in modern web development technologies. With such an impressive background, Mohsin brings a wealth of knowledge to this session. I encourage all of you to engage, ask questions, and make most of this learning opportunity. Without further delay, let's welcome Mr. Mohsin to lead today's session. Over to you, Mohsin.
Okay, thank you so much, Preeti, and thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. And thank you so much for the entire team of Shine.com. And welcome all of you. And I just want to know how you are. And by just uh, on chatting section and just write fine over there. So I just want to know how you people are. No? And then just start this session. And I just don't want to waste your time. And just stack. Yeah, good. I'm just getting the messages. Fine. Okay. Okay, that is wonderful day, and we are just going to start this session. And this is very, very important because it is full stack development. It is today's need. Okay, I'm just going to start my session. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, and it is my PPT to all of you. Okay, is it visible to you?
Yes, it's visible, Mohsin.
Okay. So ultimately, the thing is that I'm just going to start this session, and before that, uh, I'm just going to introduce myself as Preeti has already done. I'm just going to start a few things about me. My name is Mohsin Ahmad, as you know, and I'm a full stack developer and trainer, and I'm a corporate trainer as well. I take college trainings and corporate trainings as well. I'm having 10 years of experience into training that. Okay. And basically, I am a founder of Credible Academy. It's a foremost ID training institute in my hometown, and a company which is Credible InfoTech, where I develop the projects and like softwares for like normal, you can say, corporate things. Basically, I solve the software requirement. So this is all about me, and I'm just going to start this session before wasting any time. Okay. And that is my first of all, I would like to tell you full stack development, which means where we handle front end, back end, and database. Three things basically over there. So wait a minute, I just want to open. Okay. My screen is not visible. Wait a minute, I'm just
No,
checking
it's
it.
visible.
Visible, na?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
visible.
Okay. That's some like someone which is Rakesh is saying screen is not visible.
Yeah, maybe they are facing any network issue, so I would suggest them
That's why.
to
But Pretty,
rejoin.
you just tell, we my like PPT is visible to you, no?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, that is good. So ultimately, first of all, I just want to introduce React.js and what is React.js, Node.js, MongoDB, and Express.js. But before that, we have to know, like we have to cover three things in front end. The main thing is that, like I just opened one thing. That is, first of all, we need basically to make the front end, we need HTML and CSS. And the most important thing, the hero of this is JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript is a scripting language. Okay, and React.js is a library of JavaScript. Other things like Node.js is a runtime environment. Okay, all these things depends on JavaScript ultimately. So we have to know basics of JavaScript first. Okay, and having a command on JavaScript, we like basics of HTML and CSS we should know. Okay, so let's back to our things. Like, what is React.js? I'm just going to start with React.js. Also, mid of this PPT, I would like add one more things, which is like about HTML and CSS as well. So, what is React.js? React.js is a JavaScript library for building interactive UIs, user interface. Okay, mainly used for SPAs. SPA stands for single page application. Like we are talking about the application where you don't have to like use multiple pages over there. A single page application means where we use a term which is router like, and there is no reloading and all these things. Okay, so React.js developed by Facebook to improve the performance with the component-based architecture and all. So after that, after this like sliding, we have to know like what are the components. We have to know what are the components and different type of components in React.js also. Other thing, basically, like it is like component based. What component based means like we can reuse the things in React.js what we create in component, and we can use component in like other section as well. Like we also learn like virtual DOM, JSX, and other things. Okay, so let's talk about why use React.js. React.js is faster, I know, with virtual DOM. And like we I'm just assuming all of you are like just basics, like on a basic phase. Okay, so we have to like think about virtual DOM. DOM basically is a part of our browser. Okay, and in React.js, we don't deal with direct DOM basically. We deal with the virtual DOM. Okay, because React creates a virtual DOM, and with in React we interact with the virtual DOM. Okay, so we'll understand deep about virtual DOM and DOM when we have this section. I'm just reading these slides just because of that. I'm just giving basic overviews of all these things. Then we can conclude all these things into the picture, into the like our mainframe. Okay, so ultimately, like we have to know in React JS what kind of applications are made in that. So first of all, like if we talk about the real world application like Facebook also built in like React.js, Instagrams, WhatsApp, Web, Netflix, and Airbnb. So these are the application which build on React.js. So ultimately, now the main steps. Now this is the thing which everyone can relate basically, which I told before. The first step to have front end, which is HTML and CSS. So our first step is to like learn basics of HTML and basics of CSS. Okay, basics of HTML, like some tags you should know. Okay, like heading tags, paragraph tags, div, span, some little bit tags, है ना? Like 15 to 20 tags are enough to have basics HTML. Even one more thing in HTML, HTML5 is also there. Some major tags are also there, but the main focus to become a front end basic like beginner, you need to know basics of HTML tags. Then basics of CSS properties, not more than that, just basic properties. And I also tell you which like how many tags should learn and how many properties one should learn to become a beginner of like front end developer. And then we have to like go deep dive also. Okay. And then I also mentioned why HTML CSS matters for React because in React we use JSX. JSX stands for JavaScript XML, like where we write HTML inside JavaScript. That is JSX. That's why like we need to learn HTML and CSS. And also styling also we use different types of colors and backgrounds and like height and width. So this deals with CSS. Okay, and I also mentioned layouts and forms and animations. So these are the parts of CSS. So these are the some tags like H1 with the styles, container, input tags like forms and animations. So these are the things which you can just see on my slide. I also give you a practical example with that. Now, JavaScript fundamentals. So before you dive into React, you need to become comfortable with ES6 feature. First, you have to learn basics of JavaScript, where you should know variables, data types, conditions, loops, array, functions, strings. After like completing these things, you need to know ES6 features. ES6 basically released on 2015. Right now we are having 2025. So we have lots of like latest version as well. But ES6 is the least requirement to become to learn basically React. React completely based on JavaScript ES6 feature. ES stands for ECMAScript 6. Okay. Like before 6, we have vanilla JavaScript. After that, it is ES6, ECMAScript 6. Okay. And other things like in ES6, basically we have arrow functions, destructuring, template literals, modules, arrow functions, and promises, async, await. These are the things. And I'll give you complete and clear things of ES6 ultimately. So you can like relate with that. So here I'm just mentioning let and cons. Basically there are three things: let, where, and cons. Where is a part of like previous vanilla JavaScript part, and let and cons introduced in ES6. Okay, so I'm just leaving my PPT right now, right here, and I just want to ask some questions so that I will get a little bit things about all of you. So let's just let me know how many of you are here who basic know of HTML and CSS. Just type like yes or no. How many of you know? Okay, HTML CSS basics. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. That is good. Okay. Very, very good. That is completely okay. Completely okay. Now, my next question is that how many of you know JavaScript intermediate level? One, two, no, yes. Okay. JavaScript. Okay, that's fine. Completely fine. Now I got the idea. So what kind of the training would be? Okay. And one, two more questions are there. So I can easily get to know about my audience. Okay. So now my next question is, let me know how many of you know Flex in CSS? Flex, display Flex. Okay. Uh, okay, 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 mm, okay, okay, that is good. Okay, now the next question is, how many of you know about React.js and Node.js? Just no, just no. I don't want you have like good level in React.js. I know both React and Node. That is okay. Completely okay. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just taking a basics of HTML and basics of CSS and basics of JavaScript. After getting these three technologies, we can move on to the intermediate level part, and then we can have like advanced part as well. So I'm just going to share my one more screen. I am not using my PPT right now, right here, just because of that my PPT doesn't meet the requirement. That's why the thing is that because I'm a that kind of thing, because I should know my audience about, and now I got to know. So I'm just opening this is a thing. Okay. Uh, so ultimately goal is MERN stack reference. Okay. So in MERN stack, basically we should know React and Node.js and Express. So if we want to know React.js, so we should know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I'm just here. I'm using a AI tool. Okay, this is napkin.ai, which is very fast tool, and I'm not recommending like to use that particular AI to learn ultimately to use basically or copy syntax from there. You can use from learning. Okay, you can use like AIs to learn ultimately things. Okay, I'm writing HTML basics tags and their usage. It is creating things for me. Mhm.
Mohsin, I think your screen is freeze.
My screen is freeze.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm doing, I have to application window. Okay, so is it visible now?
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay, completely. And I have to ask the people one more time. My screen is visible. Say yes. Okay, okay, that's good. So this is AI tool, as I told you. Basic structure of I'm just like uh, giving the overview of basic structure. Like this is the HTML tag. We open the HTML tag, head section, body section where we write HTML code. Okay, this is H1, H2. It is a heading tag, paragraph, strong. Like if you want to create a list, like you can use order list and unordered list. We have anchor tag, which is link tag, and we can manage image as a link as well. Table as well here, and here form tag. So this is all about HTML basics things. Okay, now let's talk about the again thing, which is CSS basic properties. So ultimately, having CSS, so we should know how we can change the colors, foreground colors and background colors. So first of all, we have colors and backgrounds. So color property, background property, and like fonts, we can use fonts, like manipulate fonts, and text property like text align, text decoration, and box modeling like margin, padding, border. Display property like display inline and display block, display none, visibility hidden. So these are the basic properties of CSS and ultimately uh, HTML. So as you already told, like you know basics HTML and basic CSS, which we already mentioned over there. Now I'm going to use JavaScript, but practical level, not like AI like tool, because I don't want to compromise with JavaScript. So I'm just going to open my Notepad++. So I'm not pretty sure about my Notepad window is like visible to all of you. Just let me know my Notepad window is visible or not. Okay. So now please tell my Notepad window.
No, it's not visible. Now it's visible.
Now it's visible. Okay. So right now what I'm doing, I'm here. I'm just writing, uh, putting script tags, script, and I'm just going to use, just save this file. And one more thing, I'm using Notepad++, not VS Code. This doesn't mean VS Code is best thing and Notepad++ is not best. Basically, if you are a beginner, you need to use that type of editor which doesn't help you. Just because of that, because if you use like VS Code, you can have Copilot as well with VS Code, and it is an intelligence property in VS Code. So, which helps you to write a code. So that is not recommended when you are a beginner level. Okay. So my recommendation is for a beginner as a beginner, you should use like Notepad++. That is very good because it doesn't help you in any code in any syntax. Okay, so I'm just right here to like shine.com, shine live dot htm. Okay, that's fine. And what I'm doing, I'm just using var arr is equals to, I'm using array, and I'm just putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I'm just writing some functions over there. Like first function is pop, push, shift, unshift, and map, filter, and reduce. So how many functions are there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just copying it and putting on a chat section. So just let me know, all of you, how many of you are there who know these array functions? Pop, push, shift, unshift, map, filter, and reduce. Yuvraj is saying no. Okay, half of it. Okay, okay. So basically, now I just narrow down my question. Map and filter. Just let me know only about two questions, two functions in array. Map and filter. How many of you know map and filter in array? No. Okay. Okay. That is good. So, okay, that is completely okay. No problem and no problem at all. What I'm doing, I'm just going to explain first map function, then I can do other things. Okay. So here, basically, using map function. So let's suppose I want you to like double all the elements inside the array, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And your task is you have to double all the elements of the array. So what you can do is, so here is this solution. I can use, I'm just declaring a variable which is new array, and I'm using arr dot map. So in map, we can pass callback function. So you should know what is callback function. Later section, I will explain what is callback. Right now, I'm just using callback. Okay. If you don't know about callback, I'll explain it later. So it is a function inside the function. I'm using call. It is a function. Even some of you know like arrow function. I'm not using arrow function right now because I'm using for those people who are beginner to this full stack. So that's why I'm not using arrow function. After this, my next topic is arrow function. Okay. So here, function. In this function, we receive an argument, which is item. You can pass any name. I'm using item. And there is a statement like which is written. It returns something every time. Okay. So I am using item plus item plus item. What I want, I'm just doubling all the elements. After that, I'm using console.log and arr, which is our previous old array, and new array is there. I'm using this, and I'm just going to open this on my default viewer, and I'm using my my like uh, yes. So just let me know. Is it visible to everyone? Yeah, Preeti, please tell. Please
Yeah, it's
confirm
visible.
my.
It's visible.
Okay, I'm just explaining my previous array, like old array, which is ARR, and my new array. You can just see the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After using map function, which we have done, we just double the element 2, 4, 6, and 8. So do fast. Just let me know. Is it clear to everyone map function? Say yes on chat section, please. Okay. Okay. Good enough. So now what I can do now, the next is filter function. Uh, I'm using like events. What I'm saying, my new variable is even, and I'm using arr dot filter filter. So filter, I'm using callback function. I'm receiving argument which is this, and now what I'm using return. But at the time of returning the element, I'm putting the condition, one condition over there, which is item mod by 2 equals to 0. If it satisfies this the condition, then it goes to even variable, even array. Otherwise, it is just filtering. And after that, what I'm doing, I'm just using console.log, and which is even. I'm just saving it and share my window, refreshing. So you can see the difference. Like after using filter, we filtered the even numbers. So this is all about filter and map. Is it okay to everyone? Okay, good. That is completely okay. So right now, the thing is like map and filter is okay. Now the next is I'm just removing, or I can just copy it and I'm putting on the chat section as well. So you can get this message as well. Okay. So now, and the next is arrow function. So basically, what is arrow function? Arrow function is like that. I'm just using my a simple function, which is function ABC, whatever the function it is, and I'm just writing the code there. I'm just calling ABC here. I don't know, my notepad screen is visible to you. Yeah. Okay. Like it is just return a like 10 or 15, whatever. What I can say. It takes the argument which is A plus B and returns A plus B. A plus B. It is a simple function. Okay. And I'm just putting I'm passing 3 and 4 individual two parameters to the function which is ABC. Okay. And it receives first argument as A, second argument as B. Okay. And what I'm returning, I'm just return the A plus B, the sum of A plus B. Okay. It receives here like in R. And I can do console.log that R. So that is a simple function, simple approach of functions. Okay. So if you want to see the results, you can do that. 7 is there. My uh, browser is also visible, na? Pretty.
Yes.
Okay. Like I'm switching my notepad and browser. So is it completely visible to both the screens, na?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, okay, thank you so much, Preeti. So basically, with this function, I'm using a typical function in JavaScript. So I just want to like turn this function into the latest function, which is arrow function. So how we can do that? So basically, I'm just uh, declaring var var over there and ABC. Right now, I am using the same. It is also working fine. Now I am just uh, do. So what we can do in arrow function, we use the name and then equals to operator. And after like this, we add equals to and this sign. So that it becomes arrow function now. Now again, I am just going to use, again, it is working fine. Okay. So this is the arrow function. So if you are comfortable with this arrow function, so you can do the things in ultimately JavaScript. If you are not comfortable with this, so you have to learn and just let me know if you are okay with that. In a chat section, just let me know clear or like uh, you are okay with that. Say okay in chat section. Okay, 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 very good. Thank you so much to all of you. I'm just moving ahead. So this is all about the arrow function. So after this, now the thing is, first what we have to learn, we have to know about module. Okay, so I'm just opening my chat GPT, chat GPT brief of module in JavaScript. Huh. So ultimately, this is the solution. In JavaScript, a module is a reusable piece of code that can be imported and exported between different files. It helps organize code by breaking into smaller, manageable part, promoting
Sir,
reusability and
Mohsin,
maintainability. Yeah, yeah, Preet.
your browser
Yeah.
screen is not visible.
Okay, okay. My browser is not visible. That is okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just doing my browser. Okay. Now is it visible?
No. Yeah, now it's visible. Now it's visible.
Yes. So basically, why I am showing this module, because module is very very important. So ultimately, key features of JavaScript modules, it has like encapsulation, reusability, and separation of concern. Ultimately, we have to learn about module before like move on to React part. So what is, so basically module is a part of like a file, you can say a component, you can say. So where we export the functionality, and in other module, we can import that particular functionality. This is the simple thing, which definition says a module is a reusable piece of code that can be imported and exported between different files. That is the things. So, you can use common JS module system, which you can like module.export we can use in Node.js, and import and export we can use on React.js, is a simple like default export system. So this is the module concern. Now the next part of our part is uh, array, and now the array, we have done array, and now object. Object is very very important. So uh, this is my notepad screen. Yeah, object. How we define object? OBJ. A simple object is, a typical object is like that. Like we have key, like name, which is Shine.com. Another key, location, like New Delhi. Host, Preeti. So this is the thing. So basically, right now I just declared OBJ. OBJ is my variable, and this variable is a array type, because I'm using curly braces, and there is key and then value. It is a key value pair system. Okay. So this is all about the array. And one more thing I have to tell you before like starting my main project. In JavaScript, you should know data types and different data types basically. The first thing is number, the second is a string, the third is Boolean, and the fourth one is array, and fifth is object, and null and undefined, and one more. It is not a data type, but function is again like entity, you can say. Okay, so you should know, but I am not putting in this list. So whatever the type you have, like it could be number, string, boolean, array, object, or null and undefined. So these types, you should remember these types. I'm just copying it and putting on the chat section just because of you should know. Okay. So ultimately, if you know these things, so you can move on to ultimately React library. I'm right. So you should be you should comfortable with these three things. Let where const, again arrow function, third array, object, D is structuring, array and object destructuring, again spread, spread operator, rest parameter, callback, promise, async, await, and more. So these are the things, at least these ES6 things you should know before moving on to React.js. So I would explain like arrow function, and this is all about destructuring, how we destructure our array. Okay, so how we do that? So var where, or you can say const here, like we have array and we can destructure like that, A or B. So first element go to the first element goes to A and the second element goes to B part. And then we use rest parameter. So in C, other like we have like multiple elements in array. So first element goes to A, second element goes to B, and other rest remaining parameters goes to B. And sorry, C. And C will be again one more array. So that is the restructuring. Spread operator is kind, again three dots. It is spreading something. Rest parameter which is packing something, or spread operator which is unpacking something, like elements talking about. Callback, we pass function to the other calling functions. So this calling function is higher order function, and the passing parameter function is a callback function. Like we, when we have this use of callback, what I'm saying, just mark my word, just think about it, that what I'm saying, excess, I'm using excess use of call back, which leads us to a problem, which is callback hell. So callback hell is like it's a very problematic situation. So a normal human brain cannot like identify things in a callback hell. Callback hell. Callback hell. So callback hell. What is callback hell type things? So I'm just opening a browser, and I just want you to see a picture. Call hell, and it is a picture like that. I'm just opening. Okay, I have, as you can see on my like browser, and it is like function A, this type of things, like multiple callbacks are there, and this is very problematic situation with the callback hell. So now I'm not going deep dive into callback, and you need to learn what is callback hell, but I'm just like giving you a brief view. Okay, so how we can resolve that particular callback if you have that type of situation? So we have promise. So promise is something which is newer things. So having promise, we can resolve call back hell. Okay, so basically promise is something which resolve the callback hell. Again, we have excess use of call promises. Again, we have excess promises. So again, this is problematic situation as well. So now this problem can also resolved by async await. So async await, uh, spelling mistake. Async await is also a like solution of uh, like access promises. So these are the things. Uh, uh, thing, like if you have any interview questions, what is callback? So you can mention that callback is where we pass a function to another function. Like I just pass, like it's a function map, and I'm just passing one more function. So that is the callback. And this map function is higher order functions. Okay. So this is the brief introduction of AS6. Now I just want to like open my VS Code, and I just want to start a scratch CRUD operation project. So you can understand like how React works with Node.js, with MongoDB, and all configuration in that, because it is a very short time, and like only overview can be done in this short span of time. So am I allowed to open that particular things like current operation with React.js and Node.js and MongoDB? Just open your chat section and just write yes to allow me to open like CRUD operation in React.js and Node.js. No, I'm not getting the answers. Yes, okay. Only one is saying yes.
No,
Okay, I'm
actually,
just waiting.
people are writing responses in Q&A tab. So I would like to request everyone to write it down in a chat section. Q&A session is for questions. So if you have any question, write it down in a
So,
Q&A.
so uh, Preeti, sorry, I didn't hear. Please come again.
Actually, people are writing down yes, no in Q&A tab. So I would like to request them to write it in a chat tab, and Q&A is for like if you have any question, write it down in a
Uh,
Q&A tab.
I don't know what is happening. Like network issue is there, but your voice is not clear to me. So I am not getting exactly what are you saying.
Okay, okay.
Might be possible my connection is not stable.
Now my voice is audible to you.
Mm, yes. Please, Preeti, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, people are writing down in a Q&A tab yes, no. So I'm requesting them to write it down in a chat tab.
Okay, so that is okay. So Preeti, you just tell. Should I like uh, practical approach for CRUD operation? Should I do that or wait for like Q&A?
We have little bit time left, I think. Yeah, we have time, so
No,
we
it's
can
we
go.
have. We can go ahead. And so like, okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to open my VS Code. Okay, and people, I would like to tell you that is I'm just going to open and like installing my React JS from the scratch. It is like really worth to have that like, this like explanation of installing React JS and having CRUD operation with that. So it's really worth seeing it. So I need to open my folder React, and I'm just going to create one folder, and that is Shine in that. So just let me know my screen, like my file explorer is visible here. Okay, what I'm just opening my CMD and how we like install React.js configuration. So first we should have Node.js, and how we like check our system is having Node.js or not by writing CMD node. Okay, if you have this welcome to Node, like this means that you are having Node.js. Otherwise, you have to download it from internet. So you can download Node. You can write on Google Node download. You can then download the Node.js and then install it. Okay, after installing, you have Node.js in your PC or your like system. So what I'm doing, I'm just Control C, Control C1. Now I am writing npm. NPM is a node package module, node package manager. Okay, sorry, node package manager. Create week at the rate latest. This is the latest version. You can install React like by using create React app, and other one is like wheat at the rate latest as well. And I'm just writing my like Shine CRUD, my application name. So after this, it will ask to okay to proceed, and then ask like which library you want. Like I'm just using React, and the language I'm using JavaScript. And after that, it gives you this type of folders and some files. So you need to do one more thing, like you have to go inside the Shine CRUD folder structure and then npm install. So this is the things. With this command, React is downloading the node modules, which is very important to run the React project. Okay. I'm so now my uh, like CMD screen is visible now. It is downloading right now. Okay. I'm moving to my folder where it is. It is this. So this is the things like public. This is the folder structure. I'm just going to restructure that. Yeah. Node module, public and source. So this is the thing. I'm just going to open one more time in CMD. Preeti, just let me know my file explorer and my CMD is visible to everyone or not.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay. Because these steps are very, very important in that. Now what I'm doing, I'm just going to write code space dot. This is the command to open that particular folder structure in VS Code. So I'm just pressing enter. And after pressing enter, my VS Code is open. Okay. And now what I'm doing, I'm just sharing my VS Code screen to everyone. So just let me know my VS Code screen is visible to everyone.
It's visible.
Preeti, please,
Yes, yes,
you tell
it's visible.
my VS Code screen. Okay, that is good enough. So now, first of all, let's a very quick public folder. In public folder, we have just a SVG file.
Mohsin, sorry to interrupt
Yeah.
you, but I think like please share your screen.
Okay. No problem. What happened basically? We just yeah.
I think there is a
No
network
problem.
issue.
Network issue is there.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. No problem at all. Now my screen is visible to everyone.
yeah, it's visible.
Okay, okay, that's good enough. So now, in source folder, we have multiple files like app.js, app.css, index.css, or main.jsx. So first of all, the main file is index.html where my HTML code is written. One more thing, like ID is also there, like div is also there, which has ID, which is root ID, and the script is also there, which is like our module. You can see like type module is also written over there because we are using React.js, and React.js is completely depend on module system, on component system. So my first file, like which is main.jsx, is also set module, type module. Okay, so where is main.js? Main.jsx is there. So JSX is the extension of like where we write HTML and Java, HTML inside the JavaScript. It is like that. So it is main.jsx where create root folder, create root function is there, where we are having basically our root. Like it is very common DOM command, document dot get element by ID. And right now we are accessing that particular which is written in a index.html, which is div root. And we are using this on our main.jsx file, document.root. And here we are using app. App ultimately is my component, which is written app.jsx. Here, app.jsx file is there. And I'm exporting this app by using this command, which is export default app. We export this command and we import that particular command in main.jsx. As you can see, import app from app.jsx. And right now I'm using that particular command. As you can have a question like, where in JavaScript we have function. When we call that particular function, we call that function in a function look like method, something like that, like curly parenthesis over there. But in React, we call that particular function in a HTML style, like opening angle bracket and closing the like. It is like something like tag type. No? So it is a like JSX part because we export that app, which is a JSX. We write HTML inside the JavaScript, and the extension of this file is JSX. Okay, so this is the thing. Now I'm just opening my terminal and putting my like running command, which is npm run dev. So we downloaded or we configure this React folder structure by using Vite. Right now, I am using npm run dev, okay, to open that particular on my browser. So it is like saying you can open that particular folder, sorry, open particular project on localhost 5173, which is default root. And I'm not pretty sure about my browser is visible to everyone or not. I'm just doing, yes, this is. So this is the default uh, project boilerplate code execution where Vite logo is there and just React logo, Vite plus, and one more like user state is there. So you people should tell like, is it okay to everyone? Okay, that's good. So what I can do is I can move on to the more topics. So I'm just going to open my VS Code. And here, what I can do, I'm just removing all the boilerplate code. Okay. And now everything is okay. Now nothing is there. Okay. Okay, Preeti, can you please tell me my browser and my VS Code when I'm switching both the windows? So both are the visible or not
Visible.
visible? No? Okay. So right now, right here, one more thing I can do. I am just going to use Bootstrap to use CSS. I'm not going to use CSS like CSS internally. So I'm going to use Bootstrap in that case. So ultimately, how we can download it? So I'm going to open my browser and write Bootstrap. So this is the Bootstrap official website where we can.
Mohsin, your browser screen is not visible.
That's I'm asking now why it is happening basically. So
Oh,
this is my browser. Okay. So here, when just scrolling down, there is a section which is include via CDN. So I'm just going to copy both the links, like link and script. Now the question is where we can put that those links. So now I'm just opening my VS Code and VS Code is visible. VS Code and just open the index.html file. Index.html file. So here in head section, you should paste your like link file and script file at the end of the body. Just before closing the body, you just put your script file. So this is the thing. This is the simple configuration. Even you can npm install bootstrap file as well, but this is the simplest steps as everyone can use basically. So I'm pretty sure all these steps are clear to everyone. Okay, so now it's time to test our application, like Bootstrap is completely like configure with our project or not. So how we can do that? So we are just moving on to the app.jsx. I'm just writing a h1 tag, and I'm writing hello and welcome learners shine.com. So this is the things, and I'm using a class. Basically, in HTML, we use class attribute, but here in React.js, we use class name. Okay. And I'm just using a bootstrap property BG primary. Okay. And one more thing, text text void. So this is the thing. And now I am just opening my browser on my project. So this is the output, and I'm like, yeah. Okay, hello and welcome, learners. Shine.com is visible. Okay, so why this is like mid of the page? Because like when we install the React, we have some boilerplate CSS as well. So I'm just going to control all and just removing CSS and index.js. Yes. So as you can see, a simple code is there. Okay. So now the thing is, what we can do is, so we are just going to configure this things, a few things. First of all, we need to install React Router DOM to basically navigate our application. So how we can do that? So first of all, write npm I React Router DOM. So I'm just going to open my package.json, where you can see after having this command, so what changes reflect on package.json. So right now, here is dependencies. You can see only two dependencies are there. First one is React and the second one is React DOM. Okay, so after passing this command, npm I React Router DOM, what will happen?
It's not visible, Mohsin.
I don't know what is happening with me. Uh, Now it is.
It's visible now.
Okay. So after having this command, 108 packages are looking for funding. And you can see in dependency, we have React, React DOM, and now this is our like new dependency, React Router DOM. So few steps are there to configure React Router DOM. So first of all, why we are using this? Basically, we have links as well, but why we are using React Router DOM? As like at the starting of this training, I mentioned some of the websites like Facebook and other like Instagram and WhatsApp web and one more website like AIR PNB. As all of you know, AIR PNB is a very famous website. I'm just going to open it on my browser and make sure like my visible to visible my sorry browser is visible to everyone. So this is the website Airbnb. Okay, so this is just like bear with me and just see. This is the reloading part. As you can see, my cursor is moving now. Reloading part. Whenever, and one more website I can open like Amazon. Uh, so I just want you to see the difference. Sorry, what happened with that? Okay, just see the things. Reloading while we But whatever, whenever like I click on this website, it loads something. Basically, loading process is there. So basically, I'm just going to open that particular product. I'm just going to click it, and you can see here where my cursor is moving. Now it reloads ultimately. Okay. Now let's come to the part with the Airbnb. When I click on farms, as you can see, this reload, this is still as it is. No reloading is there. Still reload is there, but it is happening back in the background. It is not showing here. So this is the beauty of React Router DOM. So we are just going to basically use this feature on on our project. Okay, as React Router DOM already installed in my projects, and I'm just going to share my screen again. Okay, so this is the things. Okay, okay. So here I just write only H1 tags. Okay, I'm just going to remove that. So basically, some folder structure settings is also there. Is so I'm just going to create one folder which is component, and inside the component I'm just going to use navbar.jsx. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just writing over there, and I have bootstrap and docs. So where we can download the nav part, and if we nav, so I'm just going to take the navigations from there and copying it and putting on my project as well. Okay. Some errors are there, like some CSS, because it's a normal code, na? So we have to check it out. So no error is there. So I'm just going to save it, and I'm just going to like this is my nav bar, nav function. You can see I'm returning this code, which is nav, and I'm just going to export that particular. I'm exporting here in app.js. I'm just going to import that particular. I'm just writing nav bar. After clicking this, as you can see, top of the page here at line number 5, we just import it automatically. If it is not coming with automatic feature, like you have to write yourself manually, है ना? Okay, that's good. So now navbar is just adding on our project, as you can see on the computer screen, like browser screen where it is. Yes, I'm not pretty sure about my browser. Yes, navbar home feature and pricing. Okay, so now what we can do, we can just change the things. Here we are just writing Shine.com, as you can see, Shine, and then some functions are there. Okay, I'm just leaving as it is, no problem at all. Now the second feature, second configuration is that we have to go main.jsx, and we have to put our app inside the browser router, which comes with React Router DOM, as you can see. Browser router, which comes from browser router DOM. Okay, that's now this is the second step. And now the third step is that we have to create the routes basically. So roots again comes with React Router DOM. Roots, inside the roots we have root. Make sure about the spellings. The parent tag is roots and the child tag is root. Okay, and we have path and elements. So what we have to create in path, we have to create the path. So my path is simple, default path, and in default path we have to set any tag. Right now, we do any like component. We don't have any component right now. We have only a navbar, which we already put outside the roots. So now I'm just going to create a particular, which is home tab basically. So here I'm just going to create home.jsx, and here I'm using code snippet. Basically, this is the code, and I'm just writing h1 or writing there. This is home. That's it. This is home. And I'm putting this home here. Save it. Now let's see the changes. This is home. As you can see, this is home. Okay. So that is completely okay with that. Now I am just going to quickly create three more components like home, fetch data.jsx, and post data.jsx. The fetch data, inside the fetch data, what we can do is, uh, uh, so I'm using basically code snippet of React in, it's a like plugin of VS Code. So it gives you that type of coding, as you know that. Okay, so now I'm just using one h1 tag again, and it is a fetching in post data. I'm using h1 post data will be here. That's it. Now I'm just going to configure three of them. The first route is default route, and the second route will be like fetch, and the third route will be like post. So on fetch route, basically I'm associating a component which is post data, and with sorry post data fetch data, and here post data. Okay, so basic root configuration is done. Okay, now we have to create the links. Okay, which we already created in navbar. Like these are the links: home, features, and pricing. I'm just going to change their name. So here features like fetch, like fetch data. Here post data. Good. I'm just going to open my browser and let's you. Okay, here you can see Shine.com, home, fetch, and post. It is not working right now because it is still pending. Some configuration is still pending. It is not working. It is just showing. Okay. Now I'm just going to configuration. Pending configuration is being done right now. So I am just going to use this href. So we have to put in href here default data. My VS Code screen is visible to everyone. Just let me know. Preeti, please tell. And
No,
okay, that's it.
I think
Uh,
there is network issue.
it might be possible. No
Yeah,
problem at all.
but now it was
Okay,
fine.
okay. And my voice is clear to everyone, na?
Your voice is clear.
Voice
Issue
is
is
clear.
with the
Okay,
screen
that
sharing
is
only.
with this screen. Okay, no problem. Sometime it happens. Okay. So basically, now with fetch data, we have already configured the like fetch things like fetch. Okay. So now I'm just putting fetch over there and then post. Post. What is post or post data? I'm not sure. It is post. Okay. So now routing configuration is completely done with this part. Not exactly done, 99% done. So now what I'm doing, I'm just going to open my browser and lets you see the difference. Like when I click home, that is okay. When I click on fetch data, and it is fetching. When I click on post data, it is post. Now the configuration is completely okay. And why I use term 99%? As you can see, just just look at this reload button. When I click on post, it is reloading now. So how I get to know? Just type yes on chat section. So I get to know. Is it reloading when I press that particular buttons or links on that? Yes, it is. It
Yes.
is reloading. It is. Okay. So how we can control that particular reloading? This is the very amazing and very interesting part of React JS. So how we can do that? So right now, I am just going to again share my VS Code screen. Right here in navbar, we are using anchor tag, simple HTML anchor tag. So we have to use React router links basically. So after having links tag, so we link tag, so we can resolve this particular problem. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to convert this anchor tag to link tag. Okay. And I just want to make them fast. It is link. Yes. Okay, done. So now, one more thing we have to do that is like in link tag, we don't have HAREF. HAREF we have in anchor tag. We have two attribute. The name of the attribute is two. So just look at the link tag. It's a link tag, and the main attribute is two, where we put the like path, and now we are having just class. Okay, and the recommended is class name because we just copied that particular code from bootstrap website, which is like which is not recommended for like in react js projects. So we have to convert it by using class to class name. So we do it later, no problem at all. Okay, so now what we can do is we are just opening my computer, my like Chrome screen, which is visible to you. Just look at this reload button one more time. Okay, I'm just going to click home. It is not reloading. Fetch. Again, it is not reloading. Yes, this is the important and amazing part. Okay, so we achieve the functionality which functionality is in Airbnb and Facebook and like major of the websites. So this is the basic things we have done in our project. So just let me know and how do you like that particular functionality of like having a reloading section? We just control it by by typing superb ultimately. So all of you, I want some like chats on superb on chat section. Are you there, people? Yes. Okay. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And now what we can do is we can like add more sections over there. So ultimately, the next part is like on a post section. So what we can do is, so first of all, I would like to configure or fetch some, I have to show some data. And I just want configuration of some APIs, you can say. So now we have lots of APIs. So one more API is that like a JSON API, JSON placeholder. So this is the simple API which we can basically, we are just going to open that particular. So this is the API, JSON placeholder. Okay. Dummy.json is also dummy.json API is also there. This is again very important API. It's a product API. But the problem with these APIs are like we only have get methods with with these API. We don't have like put and post methods over there. We cannot test that those methods. So with this, we have mock API. So with this mock API, what we can do is it is a testing API which is provided from the like for the from the this company which is mockapi.io. Here we can create our own API. So I have already created the API. It is like that, like created name, fee, duration, and mark important and IP. One more API is there, which is per project, which is name, mobile, city, and course and ID. So this is the API. So if you want to configure that particular API, you need to click, you need to copy this, the URL. I'm just copying the URL and only four records are there, as you can see. So I am just going to open my fetch data and here I'm just going to use, uh, I'm not pretty sure my VS Code screen is visible or not. Now it is visible. Okay. So I'm going to use here use effect hook. There are various hooks in React.js, but use effect hook is to control the side effects. Okay. So I'm just passing callback function two arguments. The first one is callback function, and the second one is dependency array. Okay. I'm just leaving black dependency array. Here, what I'm doing, I'm just going to mention a function get data. So get data is our custom function. I'm just going to create it. Okay, get data. And here I'm just going to declare get data. Get data. And one more thing. I'm just going to open my terminal. So I need one more dependency. First, I open my Axios, sorry, my package.json. And here I'm just going to install Axios. Axios is the dependency to help us to configure, like to like fetch the data, fetch API, basically integrate the API. As you can see, Axios is already installed on our project. Okay, and where is fetch data? Yes, here what we can do is Axios dot get. So this is the method, and we have to put a argument. An argument is this. This is the API URL. Okay, so this gives us, and I'm receiving the object, and I'm just creating the variable which is D, which is receives the object, the response basically of this API, what it responds, and I'm just going to open that particular console.log, and we put D over there. So whenever we integrate the API, it returns promise ultimately, you know. So that is okay. Now what I can do is I'm just going to open my browser. This is my browser, and this is my project, I guess. Yes, this is my project, and the function is post. And yes, some error is there. It is saying Axios is not okay. Axios is not configured because I didn't import Axios. Right now it is okay. The problem is resolved. Okay. So it is returning a promise. As I told you before, if we have promise or multiple promises, so we can resolve it by using async await. So I'm just making my function async and using await over there. Await. Now I'm just checking my function. It is giving me data. It is giving me a object, and inside the object we have a key which is data, and inside the data we have four records, as you can see. As already I like this has also four records, and it is giving us four records. Okay, so it is d dot data. That is good enough. As you can see, four data, four records are there. Okay, so how we can use that record? So first of all, if I want to use that records on like my project, so I have to create an array. So array would be our state. So how we can how we manage these states by using a functional component hook, which is use state hook. So use state hook, and I'm creating this hook as a array const. I'm putting a function which is data and the setter method set data. That is okay. And now set data, I'm putting d dot data over there. That is completely okay. D dot data. Okay. So everything is fine. Now, what I can do is I'm just using some bootstrap classes like row, col call, md, then, and I'm making offset one md one, and I'm using table over there. So table, t head, okay, and t body.
So it's not visible.
So sorry for that. Okay, is it visible?
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Preeti. So ultimately, I'm using th, and there I need to check the records names, which is name fee duration. No, it is not. It is name mobile city course. Name mobile city course. Okay, class name in table, table. So simple table it is. One, two, three, and as you can see my Chrome screen, headings are there of table. Okay, and I'm just putting some demo data over there. Then I can show you. Okay, so inside the table body, what I can do is I'm using curly braces to put my variables. This is JSX, JavaScript in inside HTML inside the JavaScript, and I'm using some variables. So if we want to put like variables or JavaScript inside the HTML, so we have to use this curly braces. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I have I have data. So writing data and using this function, which I already explained, which is map, and receiving argument at like on item. and using only parentheses, not curly braces. I'm not returning the elements, I'm just using parentheses. And again, tr, I have to use tr as well. That's good enough. Here, tr, td, and inside the td, we have to mention item dot name. The first field is name, and second is mobile, and the third one is city, and the fourth one is course course. That's it. Okay, so I'm just switching my window and using this. As you can see, all data, James, Vijay, AA, all the data are showing on my like paper. So I just want to change some like basic settings of that. But before that, I just want to see you like it is first record is, as you can see, James 1 Rookie Private, second is Vijay Singh, third is A, and fourth one is A. So these are the basic data. Like we have fetched that API, integrate that particular API on our project. So this is how we can integrate the API. Okay. And this is the simple method, which is get method. I'm just fetching the data. Now the second part will be we can delete the data or we can edit the data and we can post the data. Like you can say create the data. So current operation stands for like create, read, update, and delete. So four methods. So I am just using a VS Code. Okay. So here two columns. I'm just adding two more columns. Okay. So here, uh, of I'm creating, adding a button. The button is for edit the data, and the second button is to delete the data. Okay. And putting some CSS from Bootstrap, like I'm adding class name. It is simple button, PTN button, button warning, and class name, BTN button, PTN button dot danger. Okay. So as you can see, the cool UI, that's it. So this is edit section and delete section. Okay. So this is the simplest thing. And I'm just going to add the delete functionality. Okay, first. So so on a button section, I'm just using on click event and putting delete, handler delete, arrow function. Okay, putting ID, and I don't know ID. What is ID right now? So ID will be simple ID. Okay, so I am putting item dot ID as a parameter that function. So I have to create that particular function. So here I am just going to create function, that particular function, and this function receives ID. I'm receiving this ID on very okay, and I have to use Axios dot delete method. With this method, we have to put again the same API URL. This is API URL, the same API URL, copy, and just I'm just pasting this URL to here. And one more thing, I have to mention which ID I am just going to delete. So what I'm just adding that particular ID. I'm just appending ID to that particular URL and following this slash. Okay. If you forget that particular slash, your code will get some errors. Okay. But if you use that particular slash and this concatenation, you can use template literal as well. But basically, I'm not using here as because like template literal is also a good option. But right now, I'm using the traditional way. Okay, so it returns something and I'm using this particular. Okay, so this is delete. And one more thing, what I'm doing, I'm just going to use some configuration like b dot then because it returns promise and catch. I'm resolving both the things. And okay, so arg argument and I'm putting console.log and here arg. If error is there, catch will run. If there is no error, then art will be run. And one more thing, I have to create one more what I can say user state, which is name. You can say any name. Okay, set. Okay, it's a simple use state. Now the thing is, use state. You have to pass default value of okay is like false. It's a boolean value. And here in like use effect dependency array, I'm just going to put okay. So what will happen whenever the okay state changes, automatically use effect will re-render the component. And in use effect, there is a function which is that particular function. If I delete any record, then the state will change of okay. And how we can how where we can change the state like here. Like I'm just going to use I'm using like exhaust.delete. It is deleting the data. It gives us promise and we are just resolving the promise. As we resolve the promise, we get the like success message. After getting success message, I am just going to set okay. And this means I'm just going to change the state of set okay state, and I'm putting okay. So this is, if it is false it gives true, if it is true it gives false. Okay, I'm just changing the state of okay. Okay, if the state of okay will change, then use effect will re re-render the component. If it re-renders, then the reflection will be seen on the that part. Okay, so I'm just going to hit that particular button, which is delete. I'm just going to delete that button. As you can see, nothing will happen. Yes, it is deleting. It is a like uh, failure or slow network. That's why it is taking time. I'm just going to again click on that delete button one more time, and it is just deleting. Okay, as you can see on the main API here, if you refresh that particular, just let me know if my screen is visible or not.
It's visible, Mohsin, and sorry to interrupt. Actually, I just want to ask audience that soon we are going to start our Q&A session. So do write
Ah,
your
no problem.
questions.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute. So, should I leave this project here only?
No. Just complete it. I'm just asking them to write down their questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, okay. Okay, so this is the functionality of delete function and fetching. Basically, current operation has like four functionalities: edit and post as well. But right now, as like we have short time, so that's why I'm just going to explain normally. Okay, I'm not going to like code because it takes time. Okay, so this is the part where we have done things like read the function. Here we Here we read the functions, we read the basically data from the API, and here we are just deleting the data. Okay, and in edit section, where is the section? Like in post fetching data. Yeah, yeah, this is the button. Here is the like configuration button and all. So we can put the like on click section where my like code or my section will go on the editing section where we like edit the individual records. As you can see on my computer screen, like my browser, this is the button which I've already created here. This is, oh, some error is there. So I have to complete this, remove this code and there, yeah, edit section. So this will go on the editing part. So as like time is very short, okay, so I'm just going to explain verbally, okay, how we can do that. So basically we have to put a single id, which is item.id, to that particular section, that particular handler, and we use navigate as well. So navigate is a part of React Router DOM, so we put the navigate section, and which navigates us to that particular section, which is editing section. So in editing section, we have like a form where text fields are there like name, mobile, city, and course. Okay, so we like fetch the data to single data basically. So how we can fetch the single data? So as you can see on my like this API section, if I edit on like URL, I'm just adding slash and the ID is 11. If I just put 11 and press enter, you can see a single data over there. So with this single data, we can edit our particular single data on our edited section. So then what we can do is we can just put like name, whatever the name whatever the field you want to edit, just do that, and the reflection will be affected on the main API. So this is the thing. And now the thing like post sections. Post section we have a simple like exhaust.post method and exhaust.put method. Simple it is. So as I can show my postman, so you can get the idea. So this is my postman. Postman is just a API checker, not like very heavy tool. It is a just tester. Okay. And here, this is the API copy. And I'm just putting my API over there. And I'm just put something and copy a basic code. Preeti, it takes only 1 to 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, please take your time, sir.
So, where is my browser? Here. So I'm just copying that particular data. Now, as you can see, like this is the complete data. And I'm just going to share my screen with Postman. That's my Postman screen. Or this is the data basically, and get method is there. So this is get. And if I like remove 11, that is, so it is giving me both the data. I'm just copying that particular data and putting that data here. Just look at the method section. I'm just using put method, and here I'm just using 11. And what I'm doing, I'm just changes some data. Basically, it is mentioning James, and yeah, I'm just putting uh, Tom, like not James. I'm using Ankit, sorry, Preeti, Preeti ma'am. That's it. Okay. So, and mobile number, I'm just using 9897. It is a demo mobile number. Okay. And not Roorkee, I'm just using New Delhi. Okay. So this is the thing only. Okay. And what I'm doing, I'm just going to hit the send button. request is sent, or you can say on our browser section. As I refresh this that particular page, as you can say, the name of the first record is Preeti ma'am, and number has changed and city has changed. As you can say that particular on our project as well. So Preeti ma'am, number this and that. So this is the thing of editing. As like if we have time and like we can suggest like we have like more other opportunities to have to complete that particular. So here I just finished that third operation, and now Preeti ma'am, just over to you.
So yeah, guys, please write it down your questions in a Q&A tab. Till then, I am opening polls. So these are feedback forms. Kindly fill it. So we have few questions. So let's start with the first one, which Siddhi has asked: difference between map and filter, sir.
So basically, what happens with map, like if we have array elements, like 5 elements, and we have to do all operation on all the element, then we use map. And if we want to filter some elements, so we use filter function ultimately.
So another question is, what are the most in-demand technologies for full stack developer in 2025?
So basically, as we talk about, like JavaScript is something very demanding right now, and JavaScript, like if you are a beginner, so if you want to switch your career into full stack development, so with JavaScript what happens, like you just learn only one technology and you can do that front end, back end, database, all of them with JavaScript. So in like demanding time, so in 2025 for MERN stack, mean stack is very good for that.
Okay, so another question is, how can a beginner transition from front end back end to a full stack role?
So ultimately, the guideline and the roadmap is very, very simple. Like if you want to become a full stack developer and you are a beginner, you need to learn basics thing. As I like previous I told you. So first of all, you need to learn some basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then switch on to intermediate part, which is JavaScript ES6, and then you have a section you can use some libraries and frameworks. So CSS framework is Bootstrap and Tailwind, and JavaScript library is like React.js. Now, the backend part, you have to learn again JavaScript, and then Node.js is very, very important now in that term. Node.js, and the framework is Express.js. On database, like you have to learn MySQL and MongoDB, both can learn. So this is the roadmap, flight roadmap of become a full stack developer.
And we have two questions actually related to interviews. So first one
Yeah.
is, what are the most common technical question asked in full stack developer interview?
So ultimately, if you want to prepare yourself for interview, the main thing is you have to very, very like stick on JavaScript ES6 part. The first question is very important. How JavaScript works on like on your machine. The first part. The second part is what is like JavaScript is a single threaded programming language or scripting language, and how it runs asynchronously. What is event loop? Okay, and in Node.js, so it is event-driven architecture. So what is event-driven architecture? On React.js, so what is the difference between class component and functional component? So you need to prepare all these questions. But first, you have to prepare basics questions as well. Like as you know, like HTML is very simple. Some like students think like HTML is just no problem at all. So I tell you one thing. So it is like full form of HTML hypertext markup language. So as a like fun basis, just Think about it. What is markup in markup language, HTML markup language? If you are able to answer that particular, this means that you are very stick to that particular. So you need to prepare all these questions ultimately. Okay. On CSS part, like Flexbox is very important nowadays, and like media query as well. Yeah,
So
pretty
what
please.
another question is, like, in
Yeah.
how much time we can become job ready as a full stack developer?
Around 4 to 5 dedicated months. Okay, so you need to prepare yourself first as a beginner. Then you have to complete at least 5 to 6 projects, and you should learn like Git and Git repository, and you have to put your projects on GitHub. Okay, then showcase your project on there. Okay, and you need to learn all these things. After that, you have to like optimize your LinkedIn profile, and this is this simple and very attractive like social media network, professional social media network, where you get the opportunities ultimately.
Okay, another one is also related to job interview. What should a full
Yeah.
stack developer's resume highlight for better job opportunities?
So ultimately, it is a like high, ATS sections as well. Like you have your resume should be ATS, like ranking, highly ranked resume, and you have to like create your resume like in that way. First of all, you need to write like your skill sets. Okay, as much as skill set you can write, just write only those skills which you are good in that. Don't just put those skills which you don't know about that. Okay, and then you have to explore the project. Some people, what they do, they just mention, I have done card operation. So this is the line. So this is not the line on for the resume purpose. You have to explore the things. So what you have did in third operation, which technology, what front end and what is back end, and if there one was helping you, just mention, and what is your part in that particular. So this is the thing. If you like manage these things, so your resume will be highlighted.
Okay, so next question, Bhavik is asking, what are some common security pitfalls in full stack development and how do you migrate them in your project?
So ultimately, when you use for like, can you please come again for this particular question?
Yeah, wait. What are some common security pitfalls in full stack development and how do you mitigate them in your projects?
So basically, we have sets of on a security basis. We have like in MERN stack, we have like you are talking about the MERN stack and full stack development. So it is the inbuilt like middlewares for security purposes. So if you want to achieve that particular, you have to use all middlewares for security reasons, like authentication, authorization, and all.
Okay, so another question is, how relevant is Web3 and blockchain development for full stack developers?
So ultimately, blockchain is a bit different type of things, and Web3 is totally different. If you are a full stack developer, you can switch on to both of them because you are very good enough on coding and like both the part, like front and back end part. Yes, there is no doubt these are the like future of like technology or tech world. So you need to basically clear your fundamentals, and after that you have to like move on any other technology, whether it is blockchain or different like the AI, ML. So yes, if you are good at the basic things, you can move on to both of them.
Okay. And another one is, how important is cloud computing for a full stack developer?
Ultimately, full stack developer, what people think, basically full stack is something like full stack is not just front end, back end, and database. Ultimately, these are the least requirement of full stack developer. Basically, full stack term is all about the first one is front end, the second one is back end, the third one is database, and the fourth one is testing, and the third one is like deployment, like AWS and cloud computing. So these are the basically parts you have to good at all these things. But the minimum requirement is basically three of them, which we were talking about. So yes, cloud is really very important, and this is additional and like having 4 moons on your resume if you have like AWS and cloud computing.
Okay, last one is, how can I contribute to open source project as a full stack developers?
So there are so many forums, and like you have to like join with them. Okay. So like Stack Overflow is there. Okay. And so many things basically. Like if you like Google it, so you will get n number of like forums where you can contribute with these projects.
Okay, Mahendra just wrote a question. What is impact? What is impactful full projects for beginner student?
So ultimately, first of all, you have to complete third operation. Then you have to maintain a project where like any clone, like you can create Netflix clone, you can create Instagram clone, you can create Facebook clone. So this is the best practice. While doing this, you will get different ideas because everyone has the different thinking ability. So when you create that particular, like having a clone of Instagram, then you can have the idea of creating another one. So first of all, you have to create CRUD operation, then you can just have the any like a clone and one more project, which is library management and other.
Yeah, so I think Mohsin, we are done with the Q&A part also. So
Okay.
yeah, so thank you
So
so much.
So ultimately, I just want how many participants are there. Okay, I just want to share my screen, my PPT one more time. Okay, as
Mhm.
you allow me. So this is my PPT, and I'm just going to move on the last topic. So ultimately, this is the QR code. I just want all the participants just scan that particular code and just give me like some stars over there and how was the session, just let me know, and you Preeti as well. Okay, and this is
Sure.
the thing, and thank you so much and best of luck all of you, and a great success opportunity. Okay, thank you so much Shine team, and thank you so much Preeti.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mohsen, for that incredible session. I'm sure everyone has gained valuable insight into building a scalable web application. It's been an amazing learning experience, and we truly appreciate your sharing of knowledge with us. A big thank you to everyone who joined today. Your participation and engagement made this session even more insightful. We hope you found this session helpful and will be able to apply the knowledge shared. If you have any further question, please feel free to reach out to us or connect with Mohsen. Don't forget the session recording will be available on YouTube and LinkedIn for your revisit anytime. We hope to see you in future session. Have a great day everyone and happy learning, and thank you Mohsen. This was a great session actually.
Thank you Preeti, thank you Anuksha, thank you so much. Okay, bye bye,